Morning. Yeah, it's morning. I'm convinced my cat Onyx is like a dead Gen Xer from way back. Let me give you some context. I went yesterday to get my ears done, my acupuncture in my ears, at the base hospital. The appointment wasn't until 2:40, so I got there in plenty of time and got my appointment done. And after that, I had to run over and get my meds from the refill pickup building, and then I had to run to the commissary for a few things. And then I got done in the commissary, and I had to run into the BX for some Pet Fresh stuff. See, we have two BXs, two exchanges. One exchange carries the clothes and the shoes and the the medicines like CVS carries and purses and it's stuff like that. The other side, which is a completely different building of the BX, they carry the electronics and the dog and cat stuff and all the kitchen appliances and outdoor stuff and toys for the kids and stuff like that. Okay, so I had to go over there to get Katie's Pet Fresh stuff. Ugh, nose will stop itching this morning. Anyway, I got all my shit done, and then on the way home, I had to stop again at Grocery Advantage to get a couple things. Because the base just doesn't carry them. Anyway, I get home, and I was so exhausted. When I walked into the BX that carries the dog food, some lady was in there, and she was walking towards me, and I guess I looked exhausted. Like, I was ready for my day to be over. And she started laughing at me. Because I guess I just looked done. I was done. I was overdone yesterday. And I laughed at her. I giggled. And she's like, I'm just looking for my family. And I'm like, they're in here looking at something. Go find them. So, I finally get home at, about 4:15. And I was so exhausted. And my brain had just stopped working. At this point, I was just doing stuff off of muscle memory. Okay? Completely brain dead. So I get home, I open the back door, I open the kitchen door, the buffer door, which I call the buffer door, which is in between the kitchen and the laundry room, and then there's the outside door to the backyard. Okay. Well, I always close the buffer door, so the cats won't, Onyx, he's the only one that leaves. I always close the buffer door so he can't get out, so I can unload the car into the laundry room, and then once I'm done with that, close the outer door, open the inner buffer door, and then unload everything into the kitchen from the laundry room. That didn't happen. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and get the dogs out. So I got them out of their kennels. I said, let's go this way. They usually go out the front, but since I was unloading the car on the side yard, so I let them go out the side yard with me, out the side door through the laundry room. Which is, no big deal. I just usually let them out the front. But anyway, I light my cigarette. So, I open the door, let the dogs out, not even thinking. Literally not thinking. I had left the buffer door open. Yeah. And the gate that's in between the buffer door and the laundry room. There's like a gate that I have right there at the laundry room, inside the buffer door, on the laundry room side. So I'd left the buffer door open. I had left the gate open. This should tell you how out of it I was. Wasn't even thinking about the cats. Wasn't thinking. So I'm in the process of unloading the car, bringing everything into the laundry room. I am on my way back out to the car, and I look up, and there runs Onyx. Right through the corner crack in the gates. He was gone. Because see, when I met him, when I found him, or he found me, he was an outside cat. And he loves it outside, but I'm terrified because the road in front of me is kind of busy. So I don't want him getting hit. Or, you know, I don't want nothing to happen to my cat. So, and he's, you know, he's around 8 or 9. He's getting up there. When I met him, when he found me, he was like 10 months old. And I've had him ever since. But he ran out and went through the gate. And this is why I think he's an old Gen Xer that had passed away back in the day. I was just terrified that he wasn't going to come home before dark. That some car was going to hit him because he's jet black. He doesn't have any white on him anywhere. None. He is a solid black cat. And I was just, the whole time he was gone. He was gone for like 2 hours. 2.5, something like that. So I closed up all the windows except for the one in the front that my chair sits in front of that I can see. You know, it's right in front of me. So I left the curtains open on that window because I knew if he came home before dark, he would get in that window and let me know he was home. If he wanted in, like he did last time, when I didn't even know he got out. So this is why I'm convinced he's a Gen Xer that died a long time ago. The sun was going down. He'd been gone, like I said, 2.5 hours. And I was worried the whole time. The whole time. But when he left, when he ran through that crack, he ran to the street behind me. The road that is behind my house. And I think he likes hanging out with the cats. That lives at this one house right behind me. But anyway, I was sitting there and I look up. Some, movement caught my eye out the window. And I look up and there he is, sitting on one of the chairs that's sitting at the window, meowing at me to come in. The street lights would have been on quite soon. Yeah, quite soon. That's why I'm convinced this cat is an old Gen Xer that got murdered or just got killed in a car accident or something and got reincarnated into my cat. Because that motherfucker came home before the lights came on. And he got home before the sun went down. What's up with that? What's up with that? How the hell does he know to come home before the fucking streetlights come on? How does he know that? There's no way he knows that. As a cat. That's what I'm saying. He's got to be reincarnated. He's got to be. Because, yeah, really?